Welcome to Tales from the Caveside, where Lillian and Chris, we bought a cave house and finca on the outskirts of a small Spanish town. Follow us as we learn to renovate and create a home that we will be proud of.
That I found in the garden.
You didn't find it in the garden, I was saving it in the garden from when I destroyed the kitchen in cave 2. Way back to
a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Long time ago in the dark distant past.
Kitchen shelves have been constructed using this fantastic piece of black granite.
Yes.
So we kept it as part of our recycling, reusing, etc. It's been in the garden with plant pots on it.
So I found it in the garden.
I didn't find it. I knew where it was. It wasn't lost.
Oh. It was lost.
It wasn't lost.
Right.
So what I've done is from the DIY store, has bought some feet for it.
That's heavy, man. Heavy, man.
Well, that's alright for a freebie, isn't it? It's
You have to
beautiful.
buy a cave to get it.
And destroy said cake.
Yes.
There you go. On pastry making board.
Yeah. It's just been wiped over, it's not proper clean.
No, it's going to have proper clean later on. Obviously, all of this is going to need cleaning because,
And the peel it off.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's stalk.
The feet don't, it doesn't slip with the feet. Good.
Well, it does if you push it. You know, if you want it to.
Yeah, no, but if you're rolling pastry, it's not that, or making bread, it's not that big a push that you need. That's not moving, so that's all right.
Yeah.
There we go. So later on this afternoon, I am going to go down to my local builder's merchant here in town, who are renowned as one of the tile specialists in the area. They have thousands of tiles available in stock, and see what they've got. I did pick up some samples from them the other day, simply because they were a typical size, not because I like them necessarily, because I don't like them. But that's miles too wide. That's about right in some places, but in other places our wall does that, so it needs to be wider, so we need to be able to cut it. So it needs to be slightly wider. And I don't like it anyway. And that blue's kind of a bit in your face blue. It kind of makes a decision that you're going blue. Well, this is the local builder's merchant and all the different tiles that are available. And I'm looking for a black or a grey, but smooth. Oh, it's a shame that's green. Those are what we've got on the floor now. It's quite a thick tile for cutting there. There's a black, but it's shiny. Don't like that. Top of this, that warehouse there is full of tiles, and there's another warehouse down the back that's also full of tiles.
Right, and this is the tile that Lillian's chosen. It's a light grey. It's very dirty still. It was found in the yard at the builder's merchant. It was given a quick wipe down so she could see the colour, and that's going to work. And you can see it's a similar colour, but obviously not exact, which works well. Now I'll get 2 cuts out of each one of these for this wall. We want to keep the manufacturer's straight, clean edge, so then it'll butt up to this, and it'll all work nicely. Now the tool should be here very soon. Now the way Spain prices its mains electricity, it varies the kilowatt hour value varies throughout the day over a 24-hour period. And it's much cheaper to use big electricity, like washing machines, tumble dryers, dishwashers, and cookers, electric ovens, but that's something we have to live with. Very early hours in the morning. I believe it's about 2 a.m. now. It's all changed. It changes very, very regularly. So we bought some smart plugs. We put one for the outside washing machine yesterday. That was delivered yesterday. It's a shame that other part didn't come with the same delivery, but it didn't. And the next thing we want isn't coming till Monday. Oh well, and there was no option to combine them all. But it is what it is. So, as an experiment, we did it yesterday for the washing machine. Obviously buying the smart plugs that are of the correct ampage and wattage, so not overloading them. And it worked perfect. So, with that in mind, the dishwasher will now be getting plugged into a smart plug so that we can set a timer after we've gone to bed for 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever time the cheapest electricity is, and then set the dishwasher off at that time in the morning, because it's not a smart dishwasher, it's quite old, but still functions perfect.
Hello. I'm just back from work.
Yes, you are.
You've been busy?
Not really. I've been not doing a lot.
Keeping out of mischief?
I've been busy doing nothing.
Ooh, there's the thing.
Working the whole day through. Right. This is the routine every day.
Hello. Ow. Hello. You bit me.
Yeah, poke. I know, Dover. I let her come home. I allowed it.
Hello. Hi, Kai. Good girl.
Loki's gone somewhere.
The car's been somewhere else at work, parked outside. Okay. Oh. Yeah, all right. All right.
Too many sniffs.
Yes. I haven't been anywhere except in work.
Look at this. Oh yes.
Since this matted dog.
Yeah, I'm just watching Dover chittering away at Loki's sort of like front of his neck.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, delivery. It's finally arrived.
Marvellous.
Oh yes. What's your new toy?
It's not for you boys. It's
Yeah,
for
wait.
me. Wow.
Thing.
It's a knit comb.
Is it?
Okay, what this is so that when we have to cut shapes, instead of trying to get bits of paper and mark it up and cut it weirdly, which we have done in the past. Oh, quite some strength to it, which is good. You can then lock it into place.
No.
Put it on your tile and cut, because that's the shape it is.
What happens if we have a different shape for a tile?
You make it a different shape for the tile.
I ain't cutting a tile
Idiot.
looking like that. You got no chance. Shall we go and try it?
Okay.
You're not allowed to say okay. I'm not allowed to say okay, so you're not allowed to say okay. Okay?
Okay.
Because you told me off for saying okay all the time.
Because we always start every bit of video saying, okay, I'm going to tell you something. Okay. Okay. This.
Just because you missed the O off the beginning doesn't mean it's right.
Okay. What this is for? Going round corners. Oh, you've got a funny shaped head.
I know. Because my brain's stuck in
Very
it.
strange.
My brain's stuck in it.
It's quite small actually. Anyway.
So doesn't need to be very big. There's not a lot in there. I thought I'd say that before you did.
I think I've broken it. Oh, no, I haven't. Wiggly walls. a good job we got a lock in one. They're really loose now, they've warmed up.
Yes.
Much easier than bits of paper and measuring tapes and all the rest of it. So that then goes on here. Having measured whatever distance, mark it across, going across. Give this a pencil line to cut to. Hey, so today Chris has mainly been
In his brain.
actually said
In his brain.
we're having a water filtration system put in the kitchen. We're putting it in. And it is this beastie here. It will have 3 cartridges on it on the bottom. The water will come in, be filtered, etc. Chris has had to make a bracket here because the weight of it, this is going to be really heavy. The one issue we currently have is that the pipe work that is necessary to go from the water in, through here, backwards and forwards, including being stored in this tank on this side, is that we have a concern that if you bend this too much, it's actually quite stiff pipe, it's not like a hose pipe, and it collapses. So we don't want to do that. So we're currently trying to make a decision as to whether we have tubing coming through and basically coming in a nice slow bend to the various joints it has to go to, or whether we invest in more of these push fit fittings so that we can have direct elbows. There's 2 trains of thought. The more joins you have, the more chances of leakage. But with a nice slow loop to here, and if with water in it, it actually stresses this joint, is that also going to be a possible problem? Don't know. We're going to have a think on it.
That's it. No, I'm just checking the box now. There are no extra elbows.
Okay. I know I can get them, just
Oh, yeah.
shame it didn't come with them.
Yeah, they've got this 2-piece. They actually come in packs of 2.
Yeah.
That's because of the extra bits that we want to add on for our own personal setup. That's an extra. And then there's a tap as well,
Sorry.
which is also for our own personal setup.
Yeah.
We've already worked that out. We know exactly what we're doing there.
Okay, final push on the kitchen.
Yes, final push what we can do.
We have to, it's a royal have to drill a hole in this cabinet so the gas pipe can come down and in, because this cabinet is specifically for holding a gas bottle. And then this can all be put into place, constructed, and put it in the final resting place.
Oh, yes.
And we have actually planned this kitchen so that gas bottles are in cabinets. We've got plenty of cabinets to spare. Might not look at here, although it's a very long kitchen, but there will eventually, this piece of worktop belongs over there, there will eventually be an island here as well with another 2 cabinets. So there's plenty, and just far nicer than having gas bottles sitting on the floor, etc.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And as I said in the previous video, we're going to be putting some black vinyl in here, which is a job for the vinyl cutting expert who's holding the camera at the moment. So I've already worked out where we need to drill
Yeah.
for this pipe. I've taken measurement of the pipe, and it's about 18 millimetres across. So I'm going to use the 20 millimetre bit that we used for that. And I've decided exactly where to go for the hole. So this should just take a few seconds to make this hole. And then we can put it together. I'll take the valve off the boiler at this end, pass the pipe through, and put the regulator valve back on again.
Yeah.
And that's an easy DIY fix.
Yeah.
All the technical stuff's already been done.
Okay, after much toing and froing and wishing we had smaller hands, there's a bracket on there holding that back to the wall.
Yes.
It's a very small space to get a screwdriver in there.
Aye.
But we managed it.
Yes, the other bracket for this cupboard's done as well.
Yep.
Now we're going to join them.
Join them together.
Same way as we did last time.
Like we did last summer.
It feels like last summer.
I know.
Come on, Freddie, give us a turn. I want to make food. I never thought I'd see that up here. Okay, so But he's just moving out all this stuff. Gas pipe's now in its little area. I need to attach a door, which I'd already had attached before previously, so I'll put that back now. And then we'll do the worktop. We'll actually do the worktop and then the door. That makes a bit more sense to me.
It's a roll of vinyl.
Yes.
Some product or other with a fabric lining on the back, but plastic on this side. This is what we're going to line the inside of the cupboards that are having
The gas bottles.
in.
Yes. I shall now hand it over to the person that is able to do such things.
Okay. So we're using the top of this one as a template for the piece that's got on the inside underneath.
Yes.
That's the factory cut on that side. So we've lined that up. If it goes wrong, there's plenty to play with.
Yes.
It's difficult to feel it and you can't see anything because it's
No,
black
that's it.
shiny. Well, I've cut my vinyl.
For the second time, and it's perfect this time.
It's out, but it's a bit long by 2mm, but we can trim that afterwards. We have got spray glue for putting vinyl floor tiles down.
You never know, it might be actually called Lionel.
Lionel
Lionel the vinyl.
So I'm going to spray some of this in here, put this down. Wish me luck, because if it goes wrong, we'll replace the whole cabinet.
No, you don't.
Should I
Okay.
test this on a box first or something?
No.
I can't see it. I can smell it though. Wow.
Is it whiffy?
Wow.
Oh, so I'm glad you're going to get stoned instead of me this time.
Oh boy.
You can have a floppy head like I did when I was doing the water pipes.
Oh gosh, it's instant stick as well. Shoot.
Yes, it did say.
Yeah, no, it said, but blimey.
And this is good practice when we lay the vinyl floor upstairs.
Yes, I know. Right, well, we bought a product online that's supposed to be for fixing
This sort of thing?
this sort of thing. I've trimmed the edge, it's over there,
Yeah.
to the correct length because they came too long. We're putting glue on and see how we go.
Yeah.
It's a colour.
Mellow. Moutarde.
I was going to say something else.
Mustard. Looks like mustard to me.
Okay.
Have you seen mustard?
Yes, doesn't look like mustard to me.
Okay.
Put it right around, darling. Put the round bit on the round end.
Okay. Better find something to firmly affix this
Okay.
for the next 24 hours.
I'm going to hand you both these things. I'm going to go and get something to firmly affix it. You think about this before we start?
I did.
What did you get for firmly affixing it?
Nothing, because I left that up to you.
Yes. There you go. Well, looks a bit like Frankenstein sewing, doesn't it? Bad stitching.
Yes, or a cartoon plaster.
Oh yes.
Right.
It's got its bead underneath.
Yep.
That's it, tight against the edge.
Yep.
Yeah, no movement.
Okay. Now it needs clamping in place really, but we don't have any clamps that large.
No.
So I think we might have to put a little bit of card or something down and stand it on its end. It's a good weight.
That's a good idea. Been overnight with this. With its tape. Let's see how well it has adhered. What's that, Christmas? The tape is stuck really well to the plastic coating that's on this to protect it. Now I got the tape off. That was a mission. This is absolutely solid. I can't pull it off, and I'm being really brutal because obviously I don't want it to come off in the future. No problems at all there. So that is good product work.
Awesome. Whereas the other side, that bit of thing was bowed, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. This metal trim was bowed. It doesn't matter how much we tried to bow it the other way to make it flat, it didn't want to know. So that one's actually been put on with screws. So we've attached this worktop to the base unit that way. This little unit is technically a wall unit. And what I did was I bought some tiny feet that we've put underneath there just to raise it off this worktop, so that in creating this like a Welsh dresser effect it'll be, the door doesn't actually scrape on the worktop.
Yeah, all nice and fixed.
All solid as a rock, yes. Very, very pleased.
Oh yes.
Yay! I love it when a plan comes together. Excuse me.
We either need to find some trim to put along here, or we won't bother, depending on what it looks like when the big fridge is in.
Exactly, we're just going to wait and see, Pie.
Yeah. Right, I'll get that door on, and get that door on.
Yeah.
And this is completely finished. Tick.
Yay, a box tick.
Yeah.
Yeah, pleased with that.